Life is a journey with many paths. Every road we take teaches us something new. Let's start today's journey. Law of attraction. Metaphors are comparisons that help us make sense of abstract concepts by relating them to more familiar or tangible things. The story, He Garden of Thoughts. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there was a place known only to a few, a hidden garden, tucked away at the edge of the woods. This garden was no ordinary plot of land. It was said to be enchanted, a place where thoughts and dreams took root, growing into whatever their creator envisioned. The villagers spoke of the garden in hushed tones, passing down stories from generation to generation. They said that only those who truly understood the power of their thoughts could find the entrance. Many had searched, but only a handful had succeeded. One such seeker was a young woman named Alara. She had grown up hearing tales of the garden, her grandmother whispering stories of how her thoughts could shape her reality. "Remember, Alara," her grandmother would say, "what you think, you grow. If you plant seeds of hope, you'll harvest joy. But if you plant seeds of fear, you'll reap despair." As Alara grew older, she became more curious about the garden. She had always been a dreamer, her mind filled with visions of a life beyond the simple village existence. But as the years passed, she began to notice that the dreams of her youth had started to wither, replaced by doubts and fears. The more she focused on what could go wrong, the more her life seemed to reflect those very fears. One day, determined to change her fate, Alara set out to find the fabled garden. She walked for hours through the forest, her thoughts swirling in her mind. At first, she was filled with worry. What if the garden didn't exist? What if it was just a story? But she pushed those thoughts aside and focused on what she wanted to find: a place where she could start anew. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden light through the trees, Alara saw something unusual. A narrow path, lined with flowers she had never seen before, appeared before her. The flowers seemed to shimmer, glowing faintly in the twilight. She knew she had found the entrance. With her heart pounding, Alara stepped onto the path. The moment she did, she felt a shift in the air, as if the garden had been waiting for her. The path led her to a clearing where a magnificent garden spread out before her. It was unlike anything she had ever seen. Flowers of every color and shape bloomed in abundance, and trees bearing the juiciest fruits stood tall, their branches heavy with the bounty. But what caught Alara's attention most were the vines that snaked through the garden. Some were lush and green, bearing beautiful blossoms, while others were withered and thorny, their flowers dark and decayed. She realized then that this garden was a reflection of the thoughts that had taken root in her mind over the years. Alara walked through the garden, her heart heavy with the realization of how her fears and doubts had manifested in the withered vines. But as she walked, she began to notice something else: new shoots, bright and green, pushing their way through the soil. These were her hopes, her dreams, the thoughts she had allowed to take hold despite the darkness. She knelt beside one of the new shoots and whispered to it, "Grow strong and tall. Fill this garden with beauty." As she spoke, the shoot began to grow, its leaves unfurling, its stem thickening. It was then that Alara understood the true power of the garden. This was the law of attraction in its purest form. The garden would grow whatever seeds she planted. With renewed determination, Alara spent the night in the garden, uprooting the thorny vines of fear and doubt. In their place, she planted seeds of hope, love, and joy, tending to them with care. As she worked, the garden transformed around her, the darkness lifting, replaced by a vibrant tapestry of color and life. When dawn broke, the garden was unrecognizable. It was now a paradise, a place of serenity and beauty, reflecting the positive thoughts Alara had nurtured. She knew then that her life would change, for the garden had taught her a valuable lesson: what you focus on grows. Alara returned to the village, carrying the wisdom of the garden with her. From that day on, she lived her life with intention, planting seeds of positivity in every thought, every action. And as she did, her life blossomed in ways she had never imagined, filled with love, happiness, and abundance. And so, the garden remained, hidden at the edge of the woods, waiting for the next seeker who understood the simple yet profound truth: you reap what you sow, and the thoughts you nurture shape the world around you. Life is a journey, and every path we take brings us closer to understanding. Along the way, there are lessons to be learned and experiences to be shared. If today's journey inspired you, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to join us on every new adventure. Together, let's explore the paths ahead. Thanks for watching.